Having absorbed the life force of Essie, Awoa heads back to the depths of the research station to find the stasis pod of Kojo. Hey there everyone, Nakutsu here, and welcome back to part 3 of the walkthrough of Muri. Again, this is on the hardest difficulty, and today we are going to be tackling the third area of this game, second to last, and this is where they add even more different varieties of enemies and, of course, where the difficulty ramps up again. So I hope everyone is having a great day. Welcome back, and today is going to be quite a bit of stuff to do in this. So we have 3 cells today, and 3-2, 3-3, and 3-4, so you don't have to worry about any cells if you're looking on this stage. But we do have to worry about are the new enemy types, so we've seen a couple. One are these things on the ground. They're different variations now than the standard ones that we've seen before. And also these other alien creatures that cling on to the ceiling are also new enemies that you'll be seeing for the duration of this area. Luckily, these don't appear again in the next area, so this is like mostly just a one-off of stuff you'll have to face. This power right here will knock out both sides. Going to the left, you'll be able to actually get all of these goodies over here, and this is a really quick stage. This one shouldn't take you more than 4 minutes if it's your first time. You can see that it's probably only going to take about 2 minutes, and yeah, that is it. There's only a few more enemies at the end, and this is kind of just the introduction of what's to come. As we collect everything here 100%, and we still have some good rapid ammo left. So hopefully on today's episode we can get everything that we need, and hopefully I don't die, because there are some parts in this episode which can be pretty challenging if you're not careful. Welcome to another enemy type. We have these roly-poly things that shoot out. They can also hit you if you're going around, so you just want to take your time with these. You'll definitely see those being abused a lot throughout this whole episode. One of the things that I still wish I could do is just being able to change your ammo type. There are many instances in this episode where I really don't want to use the powerful ammo such as the Mega. More akin to actually surprisingly using the Rapid. The Rapid is really good here, as there are like other enemies and things that will be coming up across where the Rapid actually helps out more than the most powerful ones, and the Spread Shot, while useful, isn't as useful as it was in the previous 2 episodes. I recommend really taking it slowly throughout this. There are like so many bullets that come from every which way. All the enemies are kind of like flying and floating now compared to before, where there were more just grounded troops. Those troops that we actually seen in the first 2 episodes do not make another appearance, so you're pretty good on that part. We are coming up on a cell very shortly. We just want to destroy the power there. This will allow us to get a new weapon, believe it or not, and that is going to be the last one. So this is going to be the Chaos. The Chaos is an amazing weapon. Sadly, you don't really get many chances to use that, and also there is a cell up there all the way at the top. You have to make sure you destroy that power, get all the way down there. But what is really good about this weapon, as you'll see coming up right here, is that it tracks. Let's give it a better demonstration. It's a really weird tracking, but anything in that line will be obliterated in one shot. Any enemy, I want to say there are like some enemy types, but most of the time you don't really get a chance to fight those with the Chaos because you run out of ammo and it's very, very scarce. Luckily, we do have the infinite rapid this time around, which we will be using on this part. 3-3, not too bad so far. 3-3 and 3-4 and the boss is where most of the game for this episode, how long it will be. The first 2, you can see it was pretty short. But yeah, this is where it ramps up just because everything opens up. They add a lot more enemies. I'm just more careful, and I'm not as familiar with doing these 2 last levels as I am with the earlier section of the game, and even for some of the parts of 4 I'm more acquainted with. So I would say this is the least episode that I am acquainted with, minus the last boss, of course, of this game, which, ooh, pretty hard, especially when I was trying to speed run through this. So these cell things are a preview of what's to come for the next level. Good thing that these are only in 3.3 and 3.4. But they are a big pain, especially in the next one. I definitely know I had like a lot of issues the first time around of playing through this because they shoot like big beams up and big beams like at you, and they also track you. So be very careful with that. They like track your positioning, sort of. It's kind of weird how their tracking works in this. The one good thing about those enemies, they have abusable AI, as you can go towards the left or right and lead them that way, then, you know, just deal some damage from the opposite side. So that's actually really good. And yeah, that variant type of the like silver tank there, that is definitely really difficult to deal with. They shoot so fast, and they also shoot in multiple directions, so you have to watch out for that. And this is where I wanted to use the rapid, because all of these enemies, I really don't want to get close to that. I mean, I could die and it would save time. I have like about 3 lives. I have 3 lives, so it wouldn't be too bad. But I just wanted to show that the rapid comes in handy right here. So going all the way towards the left side will grant you to turn off this power that we have to go all the way to the right side for. And also there are some collectibles if you go through here. So we got that. And now you just have to wait going all the way to the top, and they add more of these amiibo cell things. They love adding these. And you can see right here I'm abusing the AI just by going to the left, to the right. And that makes it a lot easier. If you try to attack them head on, they deal a lot of damage, especially if you run into them. So you want to make sure that your location of theirs is just to the opposite. In that section to the left of me, I'm just going to ignore that for a second and destroy this because there is a mega ammo in there. So nice, we actually got 20 of those, and that's going to be very helpful for the next part coming up, because it allows me to take out most of these enemies in one hit. And you can see right here, they're adding more of the little guys that cling on to the ceiling. And this is a giant stage. Mind you, it's not as big as some of the 4-4 stages, but there are a lot of things in here that's easily missed if we're going for 100%. And you'll see me actually struggle a lot during this. So right here to the right, we actually had to destroy one of those orbs in order to get across. And there's like some stuff to the top, bottom, and mid sections. There are also other things towards the upper left and towards the upper right of this level that you have to worry about. So there's a lot of secret finding on this. And if you're very careful, which sadly I wasn't really able to do with the mega ammo, I wasted around like 5 shots. Being able to destroy all the enemies ASAP is probably one of the best things you can do. As we head towards the bottom right, we're going to be coming up against more of those amiibo types. This time, even a stronger variant. We've seen the blue ones and the green ones, but now they have a red one. And as you would expect, with the red variation, it's a little bit harder as it shoots missiles. Luckily, you can jump over those missiles, and you can jump on them and also destroy them. That is something I figured out, I would say like a little bit into playing through this game. I thought at first that I only had to like dodge them. You can also, a fourth way is just making the missiles crash into any terrain that destroys them automatically, although that is much more risky, but you do save ammo. I still find the easiest way to destroy those either by jumping or just using a weapon, of course. Make sure you ignore these blocks. They don't do anything. They just help you get up here. for the most part, it's probably actually better to, you know, destroy those blocks, but I just like to keep them up there. It's just an easier way for me to get to the top without kind of having to go around or doing anything else. You can see that we are approaching a cell, and this cell is different from the other cells that we actually come across. When you get to this point, the cell that we're going to be looking for is out in the open, so this is definitely going to be the easiest cell that we come across, as we've seen a brief glimpse of the hardest enemy, and that is the silver variant of the amiibo things that we've seen before. Not only do they shoot faster, they have more missiles. So yeah, they take a lot of shots too. One thing I recommend that you can do if you want to is use the mega ammo over here first before kind of dealing with all the other stuff. That's, of course, if you saved it. Oh man, that was very close. I would have took a lot of damage, but let's go over here, take this stuff out first. And right here is where I would say take the ones on the left first, because those ones take more hits, the ones on the right doesn't. And the same thing over here, make sure you move to the left so you don't take unnecessary fire damage from these silver variants. As you can see, their shots actually stay in the air, so there's like those projectiles and the ones you have to fly against. This giant head takes 8 hits, so it's going to take 8 rounds, I should say, to actually get through this. And this one is alright, comes from the top layers or the bottom layers depending, and you want to make sure you do not get screwed over like that or you will die, you will lose a life. Luckily it doesn't like do a game over, that would really suck. But after that you can escape. So now that we are coming across the last collectibles of this level, this is where I do a lot of roaming because I'm very unsure of where everything is. Of course, we have the little joystick up here that we shot down earlier, so we'll be collecting that. And the other 2 upgrades are actually on the left side, believe it or not. Here is the mega ammo, which I wanted to save. I was kind of debating on where to use it. It's really helpful if I actually use it against that one-eyed monster, but it's also a waste of ammo because this ammo is very useful on the 3rd boss if you just want to beat it easier, and that is the last collectible, I believe. Should be. I'm hoping. And for this one, you have to shoot down at the bottom. The one good thing about doing this though is once we collected all of these cells, we'll have a lot of ammo against the boss that we're coming up against. So since we actually seen the chaos, the mega, we'll be able to get those along with the laser. So as you destroy that, that will give you access to the boss. We'll get 40 ammo of each for the laser and the mega, and also get 20 of the chaos. If you're good enough, you can actually deal with this pretty easily, being able to actually just destroy them without using the laser. But I guess we'll see how it goes as we find our son Kojo here, unconscious. Kwaku and I just wouldn't believe it. But don't worry, I have the life force of your sister right here. As we give our life force to our son of our sister, of our daughter, which is weird. We have a ghost that awakens, and this is the boss for this level actually. Fearful child raging at the height they placed. This story is getting really crazy. People of Mars, let me absorb your life force. So no more promises. We are a million and a planet. Your mother comes to die. Begone. I can't believe they really had be gone. Oh my goodness. So if you're not familiar with this boss, if you haven't seen the speed run, the best way to take this out is to keep your distance. The laser comes really in handy here if you actually do have that access to that weapon, but of course the chaos deals more damage. It's really weird on this boss though. I feel like the laser actually does better stuff for the mega. With the chaos, it's weird because since they're enemy positioning and they're always like morphing in and out, it's kind of hard to kind of see when to actually, you know, shoot, because you'll miss like one in the back or whatever. But carefully shooting your shots, you'll be able to get towards the second phase. And this is where you just stay near the spikes. As weird as that sounds, staying near the spikes is probably the easiest way to dodge this boss. On this difficulty compared to the other difficulties, the attack pattern is faster. And that is all that I noticed. I think it takes the same amount of hits. And we have 17 ammo left. I did a really good job on this one. Kojo. So you won't wake up. The life force of Mars and his people can't seem to leave your suit. Now they really are lost. Please don't think ill of your parents. I won't pretend that giving anyone's life will ever make up for this. It's not that I've given up. It's not that I don't feel anything anymore. I just accepted how this all turned out. I have one last thing to do. And that is leading up to the finale, going into the final episode, which is going to be the longest video as you would expect. It's where everything expands as we get even more cells and we head into the last boss and see how everything turns out in the end. See if we can actually find our husband. So everyone, thank you so much for watching through this walkthrough so far. I hope it was very helpful. I hope my commentary was helpful. And as always, if you want to stay up to date with the latest indie gaming news and other content I release during the week, then make sure to subscribe and also leave a like if you enjoyed this video. As always, everyone, take care and have an awesome day.